listening to the Play to Win podcast.
Welcome to Play to Win the podcast. I'm Adam Epstein from Podcast Village in Washington, D.C., and I love sports movies. Anytime they're on, Space Jam, Miracle, Remember the Titans, Coach Carter, I have to watch. I have to finish the movie, even though I know the ending. It's just in my DNA. It's something I grew up with. I'm flipping through the channels on my Xfinity, on my Comcast, on my Cox cable. If I see Miracle, if I see Space Jam, you're damn sure I'm watching that movie. I'm Adam Epstein, joined by Bryan Lawrence and Joey DeRosa.
Miracle 40th anniversary from the Miracle on Ice this past Saturday, February 22nd. Fantastic film.
Eruzione!
I played for the United States of America.
Make sure to follow us, hit subscribe on our YouTube page. We're on the push to 100 subscribers.
Let's kick things off with Player of the Week, an athlete who's just been crushing it on the field, the court, or the pitch. Guys, I have to choose Bradley Beal, the first player since Kobe Bryant to have 50-plus points in back-to-back nights. Bryan, they couldn't get the win, though.
They didn't, and he was visibly frustrated. On the bench, he left the locker room without talking to any reporters. You score 50 points and you're leaving out the locker room bitter. I mean, I think that shows that he wants to win.
Yeah, and that's why, as a Wizards fan, you have to hope John Wall coming back will solve all of this. If Bradley actually puts up 50 in a game that John Wall's playing in, we're winning by 20, no doubt.
Yeah, and you got to hope that, Rui gets better, that you're looking at retaining Bertans, and you're putting together a formidable team that can compete in the East. But my player of the week didn't play, hasn't played in a while, and in fact is an NBA owner. My guy is ex-Wizard Michael Jordan. Why? Because he had the
ex-Wizard.
He had a moving speech at Kobe's tribute that probably brought half the viewers to tears. I mean, this is a guy that you never really get to see his true emotion too much. He doesn't speak out. He's not a media guy. He's not on TNT like Shaq and Barkley. He's on the poker tables gambling, and so it's interesting to kind of see that emotion from him. And you learn that these elite athletes have this kind of family bond. Doesn't matter who you are, tennis, football, they all kind of get together, and you learn that NBA, that dream team, they probably formed a special bond. And Michael Jordan just moved me. And so he is my player of the week. Joey, who is your player of the week?
My players of the week, boys.
Come on, not again.
So this will be the last one for a little while, and this will be the last time I talk about the Astros, probably until the season, the MLB season begins. But the Houston Astros down in spring training have been beamed 7 times already in 3 games this season. So my players of the week are each pitcher that's hit Altuve, each pitcher that will hit Bregman, Springer, anybody else on that team. They deserve it. Thank you.
I actually really liked seeing Alex Bregman get hit.
Oh, it's beautiful. He's this cocky guy. Do you remember this during the World Series? 4 losses. Very cool.
And it actually went viral this week that he was quoted on a podcast a year ago saying, I like how baseball rules itself. The players rule it themselves.
The unwritten rule of basically if you do something wrong in the middle of game, or if you cheat like they did, you're going to get beamed. Here we are.
I'm setting a rule right now. Joey now in 8 episodes, 4 times has picked multiple players. He's hit his limit. He's getting no more. You got to pick one player from here on out, and that's what I'm going to do right now.
Bryan, are you giving him a technical foul?
I am.
Tee him up. Let's move on to Netflix. What are the guys from Play to Win watching on Hulu, Amazon, Apple Plus, Disney Plus, HBO? Guys, this week it's a discussion about what's going on in Hollywood. Bryan, you saw there's going to be a Friends reunion, but it's more like an interview?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I think they're getting the whole cast together. Think like a Bravo recap episode or a Survivor final season or a Survival final episode. They're going to ask questions, and it's crazy. How much are they getting paid?
They're getting paid $2 to $3 million each to basically sit there for an hour and communicate. So it's kind of like, do we know if they're going to be in their character?
That's my question. Am I going to be watching Joey or Matt LeBlanc?
No, you're going to be watching Matt LeBlanc.
Aren't they the same?
Yeah,
they kind of are. He played the same character in episodes, which actually... Low-key, good show on Showtime. And that's Showtime's your bit, Bryan.
It's the one show I have not seen on Showtime.
Oh, come on!
That's insane. No, but so I mean, I imagine they're just going to talk about what their careers have been like because of Friends.
I think it would be even cooler to just have the writers involved in it, because a big storyline that I heard from Friends was that Joey was supposed to get with Monica, but then Chandler and her had such a good dynamic on set that they rewrote the script.
I'm sure that Friends fanatics are going to go nuts over it because they have the 6 of them together. But from just a casual viewer, I think it'll be a letdown.
Well, maybe you won't be let down for the Mighty Ducks reunion. Gordon Bombay, Emilio Estevez is back.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw the picture. He looks really goofy in his hoodie, and his head just looks way too big. But I'm excited to see where they go with this. Are they going to bring back everybody?
They can't bring back everybody because Goldberg is finished.
Yeah, he's this guy loves drugs, so he's not. I don't think he's coming back. But like, is Adam Banks coming back? Is Charlie Conway coming back?
Charlie Conway might be too expensive for them now.
I'm not that excited for Mighty. Do we really need a fourth? Like, do we always have to bring back movies? Jurassic Park, Mission Impossible. Create a new storyline.
I completely agree. The thing is that there's no original ideas anymore. That's why we just had 3 new Star Wars. That's why Harry Potters are just having prequels. I mean, don't get me wrong. Well, I'm going to watch every single thing of these, but it's just there's no originality, and that's why whenever these new kind of shows, even Lost in Space isn't something that's new.
Right. Well, but so the thing is about this is that I like bringing back things that were big in the 90s. Rather than bringing back things that were big in the 60s.
It's nostalgic.
So it feels good. It's nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
That's why my dad loves when they bring back movies from the 60s. And he's like, oh, Paul Newman played that really well.
But you didn't even, actor.
You didn't even like Mighty Ducks 3. You're going to like Mighty Ducks 3.
No. That was Joey. I loved it. Don't put that on me, Brian.
Mighty Ducks 3.
Damn.
Mighty Ducks 3 was not good.
Mighty Ducks 3, they're like in a prep school, and it's fantastic. There's a love
fantastic.
interest.
Oh, cool. There's a love interest in the second one. The second one's the best one out of by the way.
It is. No, it is the best one.
I had a birthday party. My parents took like 15 kids to see that movie. They must have dropped like $400 to take a bunch of nerds to see Mighty Ducks 2.
How much popcorn are they getting for that? Hopefully a couple buckets.
They put that all on credit cards, put my parents in debt.
So we have a stat in the control room.
Oh, hell yeah, Rob.
So if you want to book Joshua Jackson, the actor who plays one Charlie Conway, for a private appearance, it'll range anywhere from $40,000 to $75,000.
Holy cow. Was that from Dawson's Creek? Like,
yeah.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. He's been the most famous since the.
Actually,
he's on another show.
He's also on The Affair on Showtime.
He's also on Fringe. JJ.
Fringe. Thank you. That's
yeah.
what it was. That's what it was.
Sure.
Yep, Fringe. My dad loves that show.
What you wanted to talk about, and I think is very interesting, is the top 10 Netflix. They're going to have a category of top 10. Is that original content, or is that anything that's being watched?
No, it's everything that's on there. I was on there today, and it said top 10 in the U.S. right now. And so I think it's pretty similar to the what's trending right now, but they're keeping it as a 10. Each movie or TV show has a number next to it. So I think it's just more of an organizational thing, but I like it because I do feel like sometimes I'm scrolling forever on Netflix.
I bet you that you can filter it by country, too, which is pretty neat because we obviously don't look. I mean, like Parasite, I wouldn't ever have heard of that if it wasn't like something that won many awards.
Sometimes I just want to see number 1. This is what everyone's watching right now. Love is Blind. Check it out.
That is what was number 1.
I know, because it's amazing. I just watched it. I finished it today.
I can't stand that kind of show. Like, I don't like The Bachelor style.
Oh, it's amazing. They fall in love sitting in pods. They never even see each other's faces.
I did see that they
get married, Joey.
I heard that there was
people
multiple
actually get married, and they've never seen each other.
Multiple sex scenes, too.
There is. It's a really good show. I would definitely check it out.
How can they have sex without meeting each other?
Well, eventually, so once they get engaged,
one of them
then
just
they finally
breaks
meet.
the door down.
So you gotta get engaged, and then they like have this reveal.
What are you watching?
Love is Blind on Netflix. Number 1 show right now, trending.
Play to Win is proudly presented by Pamplona, located in the heart of Clarendon, Virginia. $35 all-you-can-eat tapas all day long. Brian, I'm there on Saturdays and Sundays and Fridays and sometimes Thirsty Thursdays or Tipsy Tuesday or Wasted Wednesday. I told Chuck I need my drink on the menu. I'm there so often. It's a Jack and Diet with a shot of Jameson on the side.
$35, you can't beat that in Clarendon. I mean, you can try pretty much the entire menu. My favorites: the chickpea dip, the Spanish tortilla, the grilled cheese with ham in the middle. It has like truffles sprinkled on top, and then of course the crispy calamari. Why? Because it has this aioli on top that's just so delicious.
I've never even had aioli before until I went to Pamplona. It's a game changer.
Chuck Lee is changing Adam's life.
Now it's time for my favorite segment of the week, Guy Crush, Girl Crush. Who are the guys from Play to Win crushing on? It could be an athlete, a celebrity, a public figure. This week's theme is Influencers. Yeah, none of the guys in this room. I'm starting things off with Dan Bilzerian. It doesn't get any bigger or better than that. He's got his own brand now. He's taking over the world. He started as a poker player, won like 50 million. He hasn't stopped since. Now he's got a mansion. It's filled with Playboy bunnies every day. He's the new Hugh Hefner. How can you not love Dan B?
Not a huge Dan B guy, to be honest. He's just not my cup of tea. He definitely has a lot of money, which is really cool, but I'm going to one-up you here. I'm going to go with Dana B from Barstool Sports. In the past 2 weeks, if anybody hasn't been on Twitter, he's been selling mad merchandise for Zillion Beers. And what Zillion Beers is he basically made a bet with Dave Portnoy, a.k.a. El Presidente, and he said, if I can sell this amount of merch in this amount of time, you give me this amount of money. So he made a bet, and he just kept upping this bet. He sold $30,000 worth of merch in like 3 hours. He made a bet to go to $1 million worth of merch. He would get 10% of it.
Did they know that Bud Light was going to get involved? Because I saw Bud Light, he got a tattoo, and now Bud Light put that tattoo on a can.
Yeah, so he got up to $250,000, and he said, if I get to $250K, I'll do a tattoo on my ass. And so they designed like a Zillion Beers can, and then Bud Light hopped on because, I mean, that's a no-brainer opportunity.
They're already killing it with Dilly Dilly, and then the guy at the World Series. That's the thing. Bud Light, people sleep on. Their social media manager is
Bud Light Knight.
While that was happening, they made a joke that Dana B was the Bud Light Night. So like there's just like small things that happen, and now he's going to Vegas this weekend because they sold $1.5 million worth of merch.
Isn't there a love story aspect to this?
There is a love story. So he flew in this girl, Kara, from Buffalo, Bill's Mafia, and they were just breaking tables all over New York City. They were going out on dates. She even got a tattoo on her ass of a Buffalo Bill.
Wow.
She's awesome. She looks like she's a good time. And there's rumors they might get married this weekend, so I'll be checking out Twitter. It's going to be pretty fun. Yeah. So that's my guy crush. Dana B, marketing genius.
My girl crush this week is Julia Rose. I'm obsessed with her. And if you don't know about her, well, you should. She flashed her boobs at the World Series right in Garrett Cole's eyes. That's the reason the Nats won. Forget the cheating. Forget Juan Soto. That's the reason the Nats won the World Series, because of Julia Rose. And if you guys didn't know, she invented this magazine. Magazines aren't even hot anymore, but she got over 100,000 subscribers. It's basically her and her friends just showing their boobs.
I subscribed.
Thank you. And the best thing about it is all she does is cover her tits with emojis. I can see our producers are subscribing at the moment.
They're flicking through their phones. She's beautiful. If you don't know who Julia Rose is, just go check out her Instagram right now.
One of my favorite pictures from that event at Nats Park is like all the thirsty men like pulling out their phones immediately.
Oh yeah.
The older guy trying to sneak me next to his wife just like that.
And you know what the best part was? So she went to jail and spent the night in D.C. The next day they went back to the stadium and started taking pics. I saw it on Instagram. I'm leaving Podcast Village. I almost turned the hardest left turn to go back to Nats Park to try to get a picture with her. I thought it was lame. 15 minutes later, there's 20 guys there taking pictures with her.
I'm shocked there weren't more than 20 guys there.
Adam is salivating at the mouth over his guy crush, girl crush this week. I'm going to take it gender neutral. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do we approve of that?
Hey, I do players of the week. You can do gender neutral.
DC Food Persuasion is a social media blog, and they're a DC specific. And you know how much I live in DC. I bleed DC. They're constantly putting out amazing short hitter clip videos of different chefs around the DMV cooking up their special dishes. And what kills me is that, they're not going into detail and depth with their like bios and their descriptions of the restaurants. All they say is, check out this chicken shawarma. It's the best! Exclamation point, and that's it. And it's getting over 200,000 views on each video.
Because most of these people that do the food blogs, they put like a question to try to get comments. Their food is so good that people are just hungry after watching it. And it reminds me of these tasty videos. And at the end of all those videos, they have like a thing that everyone knows where they do a little saying. Joe, you have something prepared for DC Food Persuasion.
DC Food Persuasion. We get in there.
Bryan, you want to try?
They're a DC company, so make sure you check them out on Instagram.
DC Food Persuasion. Spicy.
DC Food Persuasion. Get in my belly.
DC Food Persuasion. I'm eating it all.
And now it's time for Dude Food. Risen Yeast. What's your favorite type of sandwich bread? Do you want it crispy? Do you want it soft? Do you want them to like rip out the beef of the bread and fit all the meats and cheeses right in that?
No, I hate when they do that to bagels.
What is your favorite? I'm going to kick us off. It's naan. You could wrap anything in naan, whether that's chicken or beef. I'll eat a bologna sandwich in naan. I love the crispy bubbles once it's toasted. That's my favorite.
Naan's good, but I'm going to beat you here. So I like a good hard roll, right? Hard, long roll from the Italian store. You have the juices getting soaked up on the inside.
They rip the bread out.
If you ask them not to, if you're a veteran, they don't do that.
Hey, he's a veteran. You're a rookie.
So get the Milano there, and they don't rip out the middle. You have those peppers. It's getting wet in there, but you get that hard crunch on the outside. I like any kind of Italian like sandwich. I'm all in on, guys.
I like a sourdough bread. I like a focaccia. I like a croissant. I need my bread, though, to be toasted. It has to be warm bread. You bring in food here, it's always cold food. I can't handle that crap. I also, growing up, I would make potato roll sandwiches, like leftover the hamburger rolls. I would throw it in the toaster with one slice of cheese, turkey, and ham, and then some Chipotle mayo. Heat that up, and I'm eating it Monday through Friday.
You had Chipotle mayo? Like, I hadn't had Chipotle mayo until probably after college.
See, I had the hookup because I was working at Quiznos in high school, and they had the best Chipotle mayo.
Cool.
I got three quick questions for you. Are you yes or no on pretzel buns?
Yes.
Both in. Okay. Bread. Love bread. What about bread pudding?
No.
Yes.
Bread pudding, yes?
Trash.
Oh, wow.
Garbage.
Trash. Okay. And then last but not least, something that I really love, and we talked about leftovers and what's better later. Sometimes you get that stale bread. I'm cutting it up. I'm chopping it up, toasting it, and it's my croutons for my salad. Bread is always usable. Use that extra sandwich bread. Don't throw it in the trash.
I'll tell you what I did once, and this is why I'm a fat ass. I went to Mike's American Grill, took home 6 leftover Aussie rolls, cut them up, and made sandwiches, small sliders out of the Aussie rolls. The best sandwich bread around. Now it's time for Viral Video of the Week. We're bringing it back for you, for the audience interaction. Go to @P2W Radio on Twitter to vote right now. Guys, I got to kick things off with Joey Molinaro. He's gone viral this week for all these funny bits, like he did a press conference after you date a girl, press conferences for teachers after class. He's been doing impressions, Dan Dockich, Chris D'Elia. They're blowing me away. I'm such a fan.
Yeah, he's been popping off. He had one today. He was doing Colin Cowherd, and he was just doing Colin Cowherd's bit, screaming, being loud, saying so many words that didn't mean anything. And then he changed to someone with a hat on, and then I saw him switch to sunglasses and a Washington Nationals cap. I was like, well, it's PFT commenter. And then he did one with Big Cat talking about his gambling stuff, and then it panned over, and it was basically just this huge crossover where Big Cat and PFT were in the room with him at the same time, and they're like, hey, go back doing the Colin Cowherd. The ones you just did about us sucked. So that was pretty cool.
Tough challenge, but you can't hang your head about it.
But my viral video of the week, it was in a 3 overtime game of Virginia Tech, and there's this kid just smashing chicken wings in the stands. He had just this tinfoil can or container with wings in there and just smashing. He had like 30 of them, maybe 40. I don't know. It looked like they were just trying to give them away in the third overtime. It was like 11:30 on like a Wednesday, guys.
Yeah, I've been to overtime games before, and the concession stand people are always trying to get out of there early. I used to get a bunch of free hot dogs at VCU games.
How fast are you able to eat a hot dog, Adam?
Not as fast as you.
That's what I like to hear.
My viral video is none other than LeBron eating Twizzlers. It's kind of on brand dude food. I love candy. He just he gets it. He's sitting down. He only gets like 2 to 3 minutes break every single game. He sits down, someone hands him some Twizzlers, and he starts punishing. I don't know what, is he just trying to get the next endorsement deal? I don't know. But what I found really funny, because I'm always watching TNT, so I was watching afterwards, and Shaq essentially said, I think someone called him like Big Reds. Is that right? Is that
Red Vines or Big Reds or something?
So Red Vines is another name for Twizzlers. And Shaq was like, no black person calls them Red Vines. So I think that's actually why the video went viral, because it was just like a really funny bit on TNT.
I also think that Twizzlers and Red Vines are completely different brands. I think Red Vines is like more of a sweet, while as Twizzlers has like a licorice taste.
I just don't understand how when Zion and LeBron are playing against each other and they're focused in on Twizzlers.
The NBA is about a lot of stuff off the court.
Some other videos that went viral this week. Did you guys see the fat guy doing a flip at a basketball game? Nobody saw that coming. And then this kid hits a free throw. Joey, you love this video because it's an anticipation video.
Yeah, it's an anticipation video. The video pans from the crowd to the player shooting the free throw. And then he makes the free throw, and the crowd goes nuts. So you don't know the score yet. So you're kind of thinking, all right, maybe they went up 4 to go up 2 possessions, not a lot of time left. And then it pans over, and you see that 0 go to 1. It was their first point of the game. They were down 46-0 before that free throw.
And this guy in the XFL opened a beer can with his mouth. Some inside information here. He's a local kid. Went to Battlefield High School in Haymarket. Went on to play at Shenandoah. Won Defensive Player of the Year for their conference. Got a couple invites to the NFL. Ended up playing for the AFL. Washington Valor won a championship. Now he's in the XFL. We need to get our man to the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's smashing Bud Light seltzers the way he is. Whew, let's get him in here.
Screw that. We need to get him on the show. I don't care because he's NFL or not. We need to get that man in the P2W booth and see if he can beat Joey in a chugging contest.
Ooh, don't tempt me with a good time.
So we have to pick a winner of the week for viral videos. I gotta pick Joey Molinaro just because I feel like he threw out 20 videos in like 7 days.
Yeah, he kind of blew up real quick, and everything he has put out has been pretty good. I mean, I'm biased because I do love the Virginia Tech kids smashing chicken wings, but I gotta give my I'll tip the cap to Joey. Good name.
Back in our old P2W days, Adam used to let me close out all the shows. So recently he asked me, do you want to be our closer? Do you want to be Papelbon coming in?
You mean Mariano Rivera? Stop, get out of here, dude. Jesus.
So I was scrolling through Instagram the other day, and very often, like, I'm kind of just looking at the stories, seeing who I'm gonna choose. I look over, I see the one sports nerd has a new picture. Joey, can you demonstrate the picture for us? So we're going to do a little segment today that Joey and I put together. Haven't told Adam about it. And
This is the longest outro I've ever heard.
And we're going to call this little segment, What Profession Does Adam's Profile Pic Look Like?
Kick it off.
I'm going to have to say librarian. Like he's got the red beard. He's got that little like twinkle in his eye. Like you don't know like what he's about.
I was going to say you're Adam from State Farm. Where it's just like, I was thinking like it just has that perfect, just like right out of college, you take those pictures, they make you get in these nice, like this nice attire, and you're just like looking off, like have this good little smile. It was just, I just see Adam from State Farm.
He's either selling insurance or he's like selling mattresses. Like you look at the guy, it's like, what is that smile? Like, are you a journalist? Are you a movie guy? Like, so we're going to let you close out this episode.
Even though I wanted you to do the outro. Guys, I appreciate you.
To justify what this profile picture is.
I appreciate you guys taking a look and noticing my new profile picture. Shout out to Josue from Podcast Village, professional photographer who took the photo here on location, and I just thought that I needed an update. The photo is actually 3 months old. That beard has been shaved twice and grown back. I don't know what the hell you guys want from me. I think it's a good pick, damn it.
It looks very Chuck E. Cheese.
You know what? For Joey DeRosa and Bryan Lawrence, I'm Adam Epstein. I play to win.
Game winners who choke, interviews with the coach, and anonymous quotes, winning records to lose, and all-star snubs to MVP.